Welcome back to Visual Programming 2010. Have a great day to all. I hope you all watched Photoshop video section 1 and 2. If not, kindly watch fully. I gave the link of section 1 and 2 in this video description also. Now let us go for new chapter, that's chapter 2, data types and tools in Visual Basic. So in this chapter we are going to learn four concepts. Today we'll see about first three, data type and its types, and second one, how to declare a variable and what is the variable, and third one, text box control. Only theory part we can see, demo we'll see in the next section, button control also we'll see in next section. So when comes data type and its types. A data type is defined the kind of data that can be stored in a variable. There are many types of data that we come across in our daily life. For example, we need to handle data such as, example, that's a name, address, money, etc. We have lot of things, right? Similarly, in Visual Basic, we are going to deal with this kind of data. This Visual Basic divides data in different type. That is two things. One is numeric data type and second one is non-numeric data type. So now we'll see what is numeric data, right? Numeric data are data that consist of numbers which can be computed mathematically with various standard operations such as add, multiple or minus, division and so on. Okay. So the numeric data are divided into 7 types. See here, it's divided into 7 types. This following data describes the numeric data types. So these are the data types and the storage, and then this is the description. So for example, if we take the data type as decimal, the storage is 12 bytes and the description is the large decimals, how it is. Okay. So next is the non-numeric data. So the default type of variable in Visual Basic is variant. So if the data type is not specified, variant will be used. This variant is most flexible type of variable in VB that can be used to work with other data types except fixed length type. So if it is fixed, not able to do anything, so other than that we can use this. We have this 5 data types here and the storage and then description here. Yes. Next comes that variables. Yes. So variables are names that is assigned to store data in the data storage location area where you can modify during the program execution. For example, best example we can take it, variable. This variable is a classroom. Okay, there's in our section, this section 8a, 8b. This section 8a is a variable, also the data storage location area. Okay, so make a note, students are the data here. Okay, every year the data will change. Data in the sense the students. Okay, but the 8a will remain same. Okay, so same way the variable will remain same. Only the data can be modified during the program execution. Is it clear? So the variable is this constant one. Only the data will change. So the 8a will remain same forever. Only the students inside, that's who are in the 8a, will change every year. So next thing is declaring the variable. How we are going to declare a variable. Fine. So a variable can be declared in a program using the dim statement. So this dim, D-I-M, right? So the dim statement specifies the name and data type of the variable that is declared. So syntax is dim variable as type. So this is the syntax for the variable. So rules. We have rules, okay, to declare the variable. So let us see one by one. First one, the variable name must begin with the alphabet, that is A to Z. Either small a to Z or capital A to Z. So next thing is, it can contain underscore, a number or alphabets. Okay, so third one, the variable name cannot exceed 255 characters. So it should be 255 character only. Cannot exceed 255 character. It's very, very important. And visual basic keywords or the visual basic reserved words cannot be used in variable name. So dim is a reserved word in the visual basic. So here dim mark as integer. This is a valid declaration. If we use dim and then this is the reserved word, we should not use as a variable. So if we written like this, it is an invalid declaration. Yes. Next. So you all know this is the toolbox, right? So in the last class we learned only the label. So this label alone we learned. So we are going to use the same form from which we have done in the previous section for learning the tools in this section. Okay, in this form we used only labels, and when you run the project, okay, you were only able to view the information. See, here also we use label, this also as a label, and here also we use label, only the labels, right? Now you are going to learn to enter the information during the runtime. Instead of this, see this one as a label, and this here we are going to introduce a text box. See here. So text box we are going to introduce to get the input from the form. So next, so text box, right? So the text box is a control that allows the user to enter text during the runtime. Still now what we done, only the label is there, and whatever we are displaying in the label we will get as a output. So now we are going to introduce the text box. See here, see this, here it is the label and here it is the text box. Okay, this is the text box control. So this is the text box control, you all know. Now we need to modify the same form by replacing the labels where you type your name and other details in the text box. So what we want to do, we are going to introduce the text box here. Instead of the label, we are going to introduce, we are going to track the text box and we are going to drop it here. Fine. So this will be the outlook for the next section. Just theory part is over. We'll see the demo in the next part. Okay. That is how to design a form. We are going to design a form and how to run this project. After the designing, how we are going to run this project. So this we'll see in the next class. It will be very interesting to design. So you'll be having, we want to test that, right? Yes, I hope the concept in today's section is very clear. Just try few questions to test your knowledge in chapter 2. Try to answer for this. What are the two types of data types? What are the two types of data types? Just recall and just try to answer. And then second one, why dim is used? You all know what is dim, right? So what is dim and why we are using this dim here? And give an example for valid declaration. We also learn why and the rules. We have so many rules, right, to do this. So that is A to Z, small a to Z or capital A to Z, or it contain underscore, number or alphabets. And a very important thing is the name cannot exceed 255 characters, right? The thing is very, very important. And another keyword we learned, that is reserved word in the Visual Basic. Did you remember? So what is it? Reserved word in Visual Basic is dim. Yes. So we learn about valid declaration and invalid declaration, right? So here you want to give the example for valid declaration, and you also want to know which one is invalid declaration. Is it clear? Yes. We came to end of this section. We will meet on next section. Thank you. Be happy and make others happy. Be safe. Take care. Bye bye.